right, everybody, welcome back to the West Coast Davengers, the Northwest Coast Davengers. I'm your host, Dave. I'll be your guide through the rest of Canada, eh? Now, I didn't really get to it in the last episode, but goddamn, maple syrup, isn't it great? I'm just joking. I had to take at least one shot at Canada, eh? Crack open your Labatt Blue, and let's get digging. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want, it would help me out if you threw a comment down below. I have a new podcast called Direct Edition. Those links are down below. It's more than just comics.
It's sexy.
Part 2 of my Canada whirlwind comic trip. Now, the third day, if you watched last week, you saw the first 2 days where I hit a lot of stores. The third day, I stepped outside my comfort zone a little bit, and I was trying to find other spots that might have comics before I went to a couple more. One of them was Imperial Hobbies and Comics.
Supposed to be comics, isn't it? Oh.
If you're into models and stuff like that, that's probably the spot you want to go to. But for comics, really wasn't anything to buy, and there were no scores. There was nothing I really wanted, and so I didn't buy anything. Then I went to a place called C&L. I think it was C&L Multimedia or Media House. Basically, it's an online DVD and manga seller, and so I figured I'd check it out to see if there was any like cool DVDs or Blu-rays that were out of print that I could find, or some cool imported manga that would be worth buying to make my boy Sean, Japan Book Hunter, proud of me. Alas, it was really cool, but there just wasn't anything I wanted, and the couple of things I did want to buy were just I didn't feel like spending that kind of money, including this cool Godzilla DVD box set. Physical media right now, it's kind of important to kind of keep buying it because they're trying to phase it out in a lot of retail stores, and at some point you're going to be looking for a movie. You're going to have to subscribe to one of the fucking 12 subscription services just to watch the one movie, when you could have bought it on Blu-ray or DVD and watched it, and it would have been worth it right there. Like I said, didn't buy anything, but it was still cool to see. I was not bored looking around in that spot. From there, I was told the day before by the guys that owned 8th Dimension to go to a place called Nifty Stuff. It was a retired comic shop owner who had opened a new comic shop with his wife, basically using all the stuff that he had in storage from when he retired originally. Holy shit, this was my favorite spot. Everything on this table you see here was bought there.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel that's all comic based, and so I've been in Vancouver now for a couple of days, and I think this is my 8th shop. So
Been to just about all of them.
yeah, pretty much.
Golden Age, Tasmanian.
Golden Age Tasmanian, Comic Scene, Heroes for Sale. Which one?
Big Pete's up on the
No, I didn't go to that. I may try and hit it because they're open, I think, till 7. I might try and hit it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But that That was the only one that I'm like, oh,
It's not that. If you go on the C bus,
yeah, that's what
it's
everybody.
it's a really short walk from the C bus.
That's what everybody said. I have my car with me, but I live in Tacoma, so I'll be back up.
Yeah, you know, the nice thing about it is that you get to take that nice ferry ride across, which is
It's always beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but always happy digging around stores and ooh. I have that. Any Bernie Wrightson portfolios?
No.
Figured
He
that.
disappeared a long time ago.
Well, that makes sense.
We have some pretty nice posters, though, don't we?
Yeah, Susanna.
Oh yeah, there's one right there.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
There's a couple other ones, but they're just not up.
All right. Are these all signed? No, okay.
Wrightson's Freaks. Change for $1. Visitor
Okay, no.
and
I
Siegfried.
think Visitor is.
You can pull it out.
Oh, it's that one. Okay. Oh, I've never seen this before.
When that first came out, I used to have a comic shop on 4th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And I put one up in the window, and I sold 100 of them the first week.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that. Yeah, I've never seen him do any humor stuff before.
Yeah.
Oh.
Freaks is a really nice one, too.
Try not to go crazy, but I'll go crazy for
Don't
Bernie.
forget their 30% off.
That's true.
And your U.S. dollars, so that's another 30% off. So look at that. You're just like
Mine just got blown.
That's right. 30% off U.S. dollars.
Yeah, I think I may go to Japan this year because the yen right now at the dollar is so weak. So it's
So
like,
weak. Yeah.
might as well, right? Go
Take
find.
advantage of it while you can.
Yeah, because you know it's going to swing back the other way eventually. It always does. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Hang on. Do you have any of the Spider-Man ones that were done like this?
No, that's all I have left.
Okay.
And most of it in the store is pre-1992.
Okay.
And it's all stuff that I had from the last store I shut down January 1992.
Okay.
I stuck everything in a warehouse and
then you just
retired,
put it
so
in
I'll go
here.
for this one.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's what everybody was saying, that you have a lot of old stuff, and I look for like, yeah, just the stuff that you don't see anymore, prints and, you know, like store posters and stuff like that. Oh, wow.
There's a couple of boxes of old fanzines and stuff.
Yes, I would love to see that.
Fanzines.
Mags, yeah. And then some more here.
Comic mags.
All right, I will go through those. I can just move stuff off. And,
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll make.
Make yourself at home.
All right.
A lot of people come in and go, oh, it's like going to the gym. It's a workout.
Sure. I don't mind. I don't mind moving boxes of comics.
We're open for 4 more hours today, so
All right. Well, I got a little time, yeah.
Because it's our 5th anniversary, everything in the store is 30% off.
Oh, okay.
So something might tempt you at 30% off.
Yeah, that's good to know. Thank you.
I know it's already on sale. I think they're already at half price, so I'm not taking 30% off on top of that.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff to look at.
Yeah. We were nearby not too long ago, and I just walked by and looked through the window.
Yeah, well, we're only here. Yeah, we're only here 3 days a week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So sometimes it's hard for people to come by for a visit. If it's a little boy, he'll probably get into some of our stuff.
Is that a Frazetta? Yeah. No, it's not. You ever, I'm sure if you did, they're long gone, but was it Appa was the like a fanzine from the 60s and 70s that Frank Miller was in? It's like, do you have any of those?
They're coming up from Seattle.
Yeah, because those I think were printed in Portland or somewhere in Oregon. So, you know, it's funny. This one specifically, I've never seen another copy of Comic Media, but this is the only one I own.
Yeah.
And it's got that killer Dave Gibbons back cover. Yeah. So I love the fanzine stuff is just so interesting to me because there's no real history of it. Like there's no written history. So
I had about 6 boxes of fanzines. This is all down to now.
Oh, they're great. And I know like in the 60s and the 70s, it was like Windsor Smith, Bernie, and Kaluta were doing a lot of fanzines.
Well, back in the late 70s, I was a distributor for those guys.
Were
I
you?
was distributing Frazetta stuff and Kaluta and Wrightson and Smith,
Anyway, thanks for
Jones,
coming by.
and Merrick and a couple other people.
Wow.
All distributors.
Yeah. Because a lot of that stuff was coming out of, I know Wrightson stuff was coming out of like Sacramento area for what's his name? Bob, not Beer Bomb. Yeah, Bud Plant. So I look for that stuff whenever I'm around. And
You're a Bombardier fan?
I love Bomb.
Do you have a signed copy of his Dead Bone?
I do not.
I have 2 copies. 4 copies out of a fanzine.
I have that what's that crazy one with the blueprints of the starship? What was it called?
Sun Pop.
Yeah, I had gotten that. I bought a collection from somebody down in Seattle, and it was in there. What's the price on that?
Oh, that's $350.
$350. It's really nice. I know. I wanna see. I gotta see what else is in here.
Well, not very many of the Sun ones actually got out there.
Any like late 80s, early 90s McFarlane posters or Spawn promo material or anything like that? He's still my favorite because that's who I grew up loving as a kid. But his also like his art just kind of gave me an appreciation for art in general.
Yeah.
And then from there I just explore everything. Captain George's. Oh, what are you? Dick Giordano. This is interesting. Is this just like a magazine of strips?
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you have any Comics Journal?
Not very many if I have any left. Oh, look.
Very good.
Comic Courier. I don't know, I'm just buying that.
Anything in particular?
I know what it is, I want it.
Have it as you.
The Abbotsford Centre headpins helping them out as well. Also tomorrow night, Prism. That's the same one, never mind Prism. They're a great Canadian casino. Then you've got the 4th and the 5th at the Commodore.
You didn't tell them that there was a. You didn't tell them that there was a sale on it. The person just came in the door.
Okay. Yeah, and I can always message you and say, hey, do you have this, or this? And then, like I said, only 3 hours drive from here, so not hard for me to come up here once in a while.
So starting down, but I'm gonna find out. I'll be phoning him after and find out. But he's got neat stuff. I know I've been here before. Like, most of them are rentals, obviously, because they were older and people, you know, people died and didn't need them and rented them out and stuff like that. And it's just, apartment buildings, yeah, that's right. That's right, yeah, because that's luckily for now, because I'm the one going to BBC and as far as our anyways, I'm not going to hold you. Right. This is what we do. But yeah, he's a big music lover too. So look at the old 7-Up. Yeah, we had all kinds of stuff. I'll have to come back and spend the day because I love it, and it's good for me. Good there. Yeah, you see all that stuff. Yeah. Thank you very much, and yeah, definitely come back. I will. And thanks for coming. Okay, I will. All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Found a couple of things, Dave Stevens, in here.
There's a couple of other portfolios.
Ooh, okay. You got a lot of Rocketeer stuff in here. That's cool. This thing.
Oh yeah.
That's not staying here. That's coming home with me. Ooh. There's a whole stack of comics journals in here.
Oh. You had some somewhere, but I can't remember where they were.
That's the one there.
Very bad, Mark.
I can give you a hand if you want.
The trick is always finding.
I have an alphabet 10 and 11, but no number 1.
Yeah, it's just that number 1 I'm hoping to find. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's the Sienkiewicz cover.
If I had it, this is where it would be.
Right.
We don't have the heat on. Oh, I guess we do actually. Now that I look over there, I think it is. Can you turn the heat off? I'm a woman. I'm never too warm.
Well, yes, that's part of the deal, I guess.
The man always complains. I don't even notice it. I notice it when it's cold.
It just happened to be their 5th anniversary, so they were doing a 30% off sale. And on top of that, the conversion rate kind of saves me almost 30%. So things were really cheap for me, including these great Bernie Wrightson prints. This one I've never seen before, or Bernie Wrightson poster, called Change, which is Bernie doing a little bit of humor. And then this one, which was called Freaks, my kind of. I mean, how do you lose on this? But we were talking about Bud Plant and Grass Valley and how he used to be a distributor for them, and he used to get all that cool rights and stuff, and Barry Windsor Smith and Kaluta. So he had a lot of really cool pieces in that shop, which is small but stacks of boxes everywhere. And the good thing is, in line with everybody else, he was like, look through whatever you want. It's all priced. So I couldn't resist picking up an Alien Worlds 2 Dave Stevens cover. This is something I haven't looked at yet, but Captain George's Comic World. I bought it because it has this cool Golden Age Namor the Submariner cover. I don't know what's inside. Why don't we take a look? Oh, this is cool. It's just reprints of Golden Age Submariner. It has no indicia, and it's just Golden Age Submariner. It's not even stapled. There's no staples. It's unstapled, 64 issues. It's Captain George's Comic World issues 23 and 24, and it is a unstapled Golden Age reprint, I guess, Atlas Submariner thing. Cool. Jack Kirby cover on a 1975 New York Comic Art Convention program. Did flip through that. It's really cool. Graphic Illusions. This has got some great artists and great art in it. It's just a zine, an art zine. Speaking of Bud Plant, Fantasy and Comic Art Catalog. I like looking through these just to see what in 1979 I could have ordered. Here's another hand-stapled zine called Comic Courier. A lot of those up there. So this guy's store, he has a lot of fanzines, magazines, self-published stuff, just the things that I gravitate towards because you don't know what's on the inside. You don't know what cool surprises you might find. For example, there are certain issues of the Comics Journal that maybe 10 years ago people didn't realize, but now that the internet has more of a database, you would see previews of characters that did not have books out yet. So I bought a lot of that stuff. Comics Journal number 141, Matt Groening cover and interview. So I'm excited to read that. I already have a copy of this, so one will be for sale, but this is the Gil Kane, Robert Crumb issue of the Comics Journal, and Crumb doing Crumb and Kane doing Kane. Another legendary issue, but that only became a legendary issue since Todd McFarlane did the CGC signing. That's Comics Journal 84, which has the first fan art period ever published of Todd McFarlane's. He has a Batman fan art piece in this issue, and I am excited that I found that. Another one that I love, just a great cover of Bill Sienkiewicz. That is Comics Journal number 54, Moon Knight pushing Batman out of the way. Here's one that I had never seen before. This is a Frank Miller Comics Journal interview. Comics Journal 77, Daredevil cover. Also has interviews with Bill Gaines, Tom DeFalco, Jan Stranad, Dick Giordano, and John Byrne. I've had copies of this before. and they're always fun to see. Comic Scene Spectacular, Todd, Batman, Spider-Man. You might recognize that from the bag from the Golden Age collectibles bag. Gargoyles Golden Books. And then another fanzine. This one is a sci-fi one. Cobblestone has a George Lucas interview, which is actually a pre-Star Wars George Lucas interview. It's a THX 1138 interview. Harlan Ellison conversation. And there's a bunch of authors. So this issue, I took a look through it. There's a bunch of authors like Ray Bradbury and stuff like that talk about Star Wars, and it's like within a couple months of the movie coming out. So it's very interesting to see, and it's also a John Pound cover. He busted out several boxes of Amazing Heroes, which is like my favorite thing to buy because they are Fantagraphics published fanzine that would kind of be like your Wizard magazine way before Wizard exists, minus the whole speculation thing. This is actually a pure comics fanzine. So Amazing Heroes, I just pick up covers where I'm like, I've never seen this before, or there's a name on it that I want to read. So this is early image Amazing Heroes. Here's a cover I've never seen before. It is a Sam and Max Wolverine Batman cover. Art Adams definitely does the Batman Wolverine, and I forget who created Sam and Max, but that's probably who does the cover, the other part. I'm going to have to take a look. Here's a Wolverine special of Comics Interview, David Allen Kraft. Two copies of issue number 81 of Comics Interview, Todd, Spidey, both great books. Comic Reader zine, 1981, George Perez doing a Deathlock cover. Amazing Heroes, here's another Todd, Amazing Heroes 170. The only time I know that Todd ever had a published image of the Human Torch. Amazing Heroes 185, Neil Gaiman interview, and Mike Dringenberg. So that'd be Sandman stuff. I thought this is cool. RoboCop cover. Frank Miller's RoboCop movie. Clive Barker interview in Amazing Heroes 174. Come on, how do you pass this up? This stuff that got put on record, these interviews don't happen again like this. Like there's, especially today, there's no interview magazine. So you have to rely on comic book journalists, you know, and with kayfabe not being around, I can only speak for myself. I think my interviews are good. I'm going to try and carry the torch. Comics Interview, Frank Miller, Dark Knight, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie in Comics Interview 79. I guess these are all Comics Interview, and Amazing Heroes was just that pile. 2 copies of issue 84, Sam Keith, Aliens and Wolverine. Could you imagine that one? And then I could not stop buying copies of this. I've never owned this book before. I've always wanted this issue. The cover's fucking amazing. Comics Interview 85. Eric Larson choking the Punisher with Spider-Man in tow because he left, he took over for Spider-Man after Todd left. Eric did not like doing Punisher. He's been on record multiple times, including this channel, saying that it wasn't a book for him. And so I bought 3 copies of it because when am I going to see these again for the prices that I paid on this stuff? Granted, some of this will be available for y'all. So that was nifty stuff. I had a really great last night there. I went to a restaurant called Nightingale, which is right next to the Fairmont downtown. And I had a great dinner. Treated myself, indulgent, really rich food. But hey, I'm on vacation. Look at this. Comics built that. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I just enjoyed my last dinner in Vancouver. Going home tomorrow, but whatever. You'll see this and no time will have passed because that's the internet. But take a look at the beauty of Vancouver. Don't look at me. Before I left Vancouver, I had remembered that Vancouver still has Toys R Us. And Toys R Us closed up here. I don't remember the last time I was in a Toys R Us, a proper Toys R Us. But I decided to stop in Toys R Us in Canada just to kind of get that nostalgic feel. This doesn't make sense. They still exist in Canada.
This is nuts. It's not the same though. No cards. Alright, I have to buy this. I mean, it's like, right? I'm supposed to buy this. Really? What's happening in this place? Good album. Yo, Joe. Misa Jaja? No Misa Jaja. And that concludes Toys R Us time.
It didn't really feel the same because the layout, like, it was more geared towards little kids as opposed to, like, when I was even in my late teen years, you had a lot of video games, you had sports cards and comic cards, you had some comic packs, and you had a ton of action figures. It's just not the same, and maybe that's also my age too, but I felt like I needed to buy something, so I bought this new X-Men Hasbro toy of Wolverine from, like, you know, the X-Men Jim Lee. This is Jim Lee X-Men. It is a bilingual back, so I don't know if these actually exist in the States, but I thought it would be fun to just walk into Toys R Us, as you can see here, and buy. Yesterday, I made my way back home via I-5, but not before I spent the day in Bellingham with good old Joe. Yeah, that guy, Joe Scar, Mr. I designed everything for this channel. And we went to the Comics Place in Bellingham, which is owned by Jeff and Django, who were my guests on this channel when we did the Retailer Roundtable. I didn't film that much in there because I was really just having a good time with friends, but we did get to dig around.
Welcome to the Comics Place.
Welcome to the Comics Place. Who likes comics?
Rumor is it that the ghost of Eric Larson still haunts this place. Oh, speaking of ghosts. I don't know. Remember, friends, Bellingham, Washington, the last stop before Canada. You can find the Comics Place, filled with all of your favorite things, including Becky Lynch.
I bought a lot of stuff, all right? And Comics Place in Bellingham is a must. It's a must if you're in northern Washington or southern Canada. It is also the store that kind of the home base of where this book, now this is a reprint, but where this book was created, Graphic Fantasy, the first appearance of, well, he was Paul Dragon, but the Dragon, Mr. Eric Larson's home base. So what did I get? I got a bunch of stuff. I got a Zap Zero. Not even sure what printing this is, but it's not the first, and it's definitely not like the 10th. A Portuguese version of The Killing Joke. Hell yeah. A Portuguese version of Dark Knight number 4. A little more Tim Vigil. EO issue number, might be issue 1, and then Splatter number 2. For my PC, I had to get a copy of Akira 29. Les Avengers. I can't even sing it in French. French West Coast Avengers. They're not as cool as the West Coast Avengers. This will definitely have been sold by the time you see this, but World of Wood #1 poster featuring the art of Dave Stevens, and you got some tentacles, you got a naked chick. Alter Ego issue number 41, Bernie Wrightson talks Frankenstein. Portuguese edition of God Loves, Man Kills, X-Men. A Portuguese version of Hulk Thing by Bernie Wrightson. And then a Portuguese version of the Daredevil Bill Sienkiewicz Frank Miller graphic novel. Another foreign Pence Amazing Spider-Man magazine comic, this is Amazing Spider-Man Annual 1. I don't know what's actually on the inside, but that would be the first appearance of the Sinister Six. Another great Dave Stevens, Alter Ego Magazine 21, featuring Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. I also bought another card collection from Comics Place, which you guys haven't even seen the video of the first card collection I bought from them. So you'll see that probably in a couple weeks. But I did pick up this Aliens portfolio featuring the work by Mark Nelson, who did the first Aliens issues, as well as a mini comic. Oh, there's a mini comic in here. I can see it. This thing's cool. Maybe I'll do a separate episode going through some of my portfolios, but this is the Superman 400th issue portfolio featuring prints by Jack Kirby, Will Eisner, Mobius, Bernie Wrightson, Jim Steranko, Jack Davis, Brian Bolland, John Byrne. This thing's actually amazing. I'm not even a huge Superman fan, but it was cool to flip through these, so maybe we'll put that under the camera one day. And then I bought a bunch more treasuries because they have a big collection of treasuries, but they don't have places to put them. Got this Fantastic Four 21 treasury. 2 more copies of House of Mystery. This is one of the greatest treasuries of all time, featuring artwork by Sergio Aragonés, Alex Toth, Neil Adams, Bernie Wrightson. I forget who else is in here, but it's beautiful. And then this one I had never seen before, the Rampaging Hulk, featuring Doom. I feel like there's some more stuff that I got at Comics Place, but I'm already overwhelmed on this table. This was a blast. I know not everybody can afford to just take a trip and go to another country, even if it is one that is north of them, and spend a bunch of money. But I really wanted to take everybody along with me. That's why I filmed so much footage here. I know these were longer episodes, but I hope you really enjoyed them. They're going to be part of the playlist, and I also have a playlist when I went to London and Scotland last year. Those are 6 episodes of me digging in other countries looking for books. So I do enjoy traveling a lot, not as much as I used to, but I still enjoy it. And this is what I like to do. It gives me also a really nice feel to the city, because when you're going to comic shops in a large city that has suburban areas, you get to see the other things that are there instead of just going to the museums are great, all the tourist stuff is great, but I prefer just to kind of dive right into the neighborhoods and act like I live there, or whatever you want to say. But I had a great time. All the love in the world for the people in Canada and the shop owners and all the friends I've made along the way on this trip. Let me know what your favorite thing is that I got, or favorite moment or something I missed. Drop a comment down below. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're not. And I'll see you at the Rush Show, eh? Slap in the bass, man! Alright, I'm sorry. God keep our land glorious and right?